So right now we're developing our minds so that they become better. And now it's close to the end of this year, 2021. And the things that we wish for, strength of body is one of them. But perhaps we don't even consider the strength of our minds. But giving strength to our minds, giving them energy, what we need for that is inner stillness. It's the opposite of the body. For the body to gain energy, it needs to move. But for the mind to have this energy, it needs stillness, it needs calm. You see how during the space of one day, the mind can think and proliferate about so many things. And this wastes the energy within the mind. And so this time, right now, it's the time for us to gather together, collect our internal energy, and so that our minds get better. And so meditation or bhavana, what that means is development, it means improvement. And if we don't train these minds, then they'll just carry on being lost, carry on being deluded like they are now, like they always have been. Whichever life we're born into, the mind just stays deluded like this. It gets attached to things just like it is now. And on top of that, we experience old age and pain and sickness and then death. We're fortunate now to have these good qualities in our minds which allow us to be humans. And perhaps passing on from this state, we get born as a deva in the heaven realm. And then we go between these states of a deva and a human. And if we can do that, it shows that we've got a lot of merit. We carry on passing between these states until we gain the knowledge which allows us to attain to the Dhamma. But if we don't train ourselves, then that doesn't happen. It's really not a sure thing. But we can look now to this present moment and ask ourselves, well, in the space of one day, well, how often are our minds human? What % are we human during the space of one day? And if we keep the 5 precepts, and if we have this quality of endurance, forbearance, then that shows that we're human. But if we don't have these precepts, keep them, if we don't have forbearance, then our minds fall to a level lower than a human. So we need to take good care of these minds. We need to be quite cautious around them, to keep them on this path of virtue, collectedness, and wisdom. And so sila, virtue, it forms a really important foundation, because when we develop this sila well, when we're well trained in it, then it supports the mind, that allows it to become firm, well grounded in samadhi. And this in turn allows for wisdom to arise. And we carry on developing the mind in this way until it gains an understanding and knowledge into the Dhamma. But for this we need to train the mind, train it so that it thinks less. And right now, whenever or wherever the mind goes and proliferates off to, we just pull it back, bring it back to this breath, and recite this mantra of Buddha a lot, until the mind becomes well settled into peace. Or we could try contemplating into the physical phenomena and the mental dhammas as well, until we gain a clear understanding of them. And for all of us that we're intent on training our minds now, and that shows us that we're people who see the drawbacks, see the dangers of the mind which is chaotic, which is confused. And so if we have never trained our minds, then when we close our eyes, then the mind just spins off and it thinks without stop. So we need to train them so that they can cultivate samadhi, so they become well grounded. So this is something that we should develop and we should do. And we should be intent on cultivating goodness. It's close to the end of the year now, and so we should be intent on this, on cultivating goodness through our actions of body, speech and mind. And so may you be intent on that.